Guys, you know I had to represent the Bruins tonight, second round of the playoffs, game two. They're up 1-0. Got to represent them. Go Bees. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we are doing another first impressions of a fragrance that I've heard quite a bit about, have wanted to try it for a while. And thanks to one of the supporters of this channel, Benjamin, sending this over to me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Benjamin. Montale, we're looking at one today. Scent we are talking about is Intense Ristretto Cafe. I don't know if you can make that out, but this is just a little 2 ml decant that he sent over. Plenty to be able to get a first impressions of the scent. I don't know much about it. However, I have heard it brought up in different conversations and people seem to really like this one. I did a first impressions of a recent rack store pickup of Montale's Chocolate Greedy recently. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll be sure to link it here. I was really impressed with how authentic smelling that was. My understanding of this scent is that it does lean on the gourmand side. And if you don't know what gourmand means, it's essentially a fragrance that smells edible, smells like food. That was incredibly gourmand, and one that is so gourmand for me personally. It's probably one that I wouldn't get a lot of wear out of. However, I can still appreciate how great it smells. So without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm going to get this on skin. I'm going to tell you guys what I pick up, walk you through the notes, and ultimately let you know if I like this one. So let's get into it. So here I have Montale's Ristretto Intense Cafe. There is an Intense Cafe. I haven't smelled that one either. But I'm not sure how different they are, or if it's a comparison that you guys would want to see, let me know. Okay, immediately in the air, I'm picking up a rose note, which I really like. And then also, again, this sort of chocolatey vibe to it. Not necessarily coffee, not in the air just yet. Curious to see what it does off of skin. Really nice in the air, though. A lot of times Montales get a bad rap for being overly synthetic, kind of harsh in the top. The ones that I've tried have not been that. They haven't been too much. So now I can't say the same for some Manceras. Some Manceras are harsh in the top. Not my experience with some of the Montales I've tested. Okay, off of skin, immediately getting that coffee. Smells closer to, well, I was going to say a bean, but no, it smells like a cup of coffee, roasted, maybe a little bit of cream, some sugar put in there. It is sweet. I really like this one. This is something that I imagine would be more ideal for the cooler weather. There's nothing particularly fresh here other than those florals. The rose is here. I'm also getting this kind of sweet, sharp caramel vibe. It's very prominent, adding again to that sweetness of the coffee, which I like. I'm a coffee guy. I do like enjoying a cup of coffee every day. However, I don't use a ton of sugar or cream or anything like that, but I do want to. It's more about just not putting the extra calories in my body, but I do like sweeter coffees. I've drinking it black too. And look, I can drink black coffee, especially hot black coffee after like a meal. If we're out to dinner or something, having a little espresso, I love that. But usually in the morning, I'll put a little bit of something in there, almond milk or something like that. And maybe some sugar-free sweetener, but that's my coffee order if you guys are wondering. And always iced. 9 times out of 10, I drink iced coffee. Okay, so what I'm finding here maybe is that I'm not too crazy about how this is blended. So initially I was getting that rose in the air, and then I was getting the sweetness, and then the coffee note off of skin. And now it's kind of trying to find its way. It's a little disjointed off of my skin. And what seems to be standing out is that little bit of burnt caramel with the rose. And I'm not sure I'm crazy about that combo. This is something though I think will develop. It's going to change a bit. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go answer some emails. I'm going to let this sit on my skin for a couple minutes. I'll take a look at the notes and see how this changes. So the notes for Montale's Ristretto Intense Cafe, top notes are coffee, turkey, red rose. Mid notes are roasted coffee beans, French rose, woodsy notes. And the base notes are vanilla, caramel, white musk, and amber.
A few moments later.
So it's been a little bit. I was answering some emails. It's been about a half hour. I've had this sitting on my skin. Now I will say it hasn't changed much, which could be a good thing for a lot of people. If you really enjoy the opening here and it's your thing, you might really like this one. It kind of lingers and lasts. For me, though, it's still a bit disjointed. And it's not the same as being able to pick out notes individually and saying, oh, I smell the rose or I smell the caramel or the musk. Here, it's more the scent doesn't really have an identity. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Does it want to be a gourmand fragrance? Does it want to be a woody aromatic? Does it want to be a floral based fragrance? It's kind of all over the place in that respect. That being said, I like it. There's something about it that I really like. The rose maybe is what's throwing me off here. Maybe that is what I'm finding difficult to blend with the other notes. But with that being said, if that freshness wasn't there, this might not be a scent that I would want to reach for because again, I do like gourmand fragrances, but I just struggle with finding a time to wear them. It would have to be like a super casual day at home on a really cold day, sweatshirt, just hanging out at the house. So as a little bit more time goes by, it's settling a bit more on my skin. It is kind of developing a little more in terms of cohesiveness and smelling like a well blended scent. That is improving. Some of that sharp caramel burnt sweetness is subsiding. And I think that's really what was standing out, fighting against that freshness of the rose, which I wasn't really crazy about that part. Overall, it's getting better. Probably not a scent I would reach for that often, but it does lean feminine for me. Most of Montale's fragrances are marketed unisex. However, this one in particular is leaning a little more feminine for me. But I don't know. I think I would wear it probably in certain situations. It'd have to be sort of a casual situation at home, just kind of hanging out, wearing a hoodie, nowhere to go type of deal. Not one that I would reach for to go to the office or go meet friends or something like that. Maybe on a really cold day where I'm just going to be, it does have some qualities to it that I think would make it appealing to other people around you. Mainly that sweetness. What I will say is that more of the roses coming out as it balances out, less of the sweetness. So it is still sweet, but it's less of the coffee, less of the caramel, more of that rose, slightly sweet rose, which jammy a bit. I like that. It's a sweet fragrance, but would love to know what you guys think of this one. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it today. I'm not wearing anything. I do have some work to do in the office, so I'm going to wear it. Talk more about longevity in my weekly wears video, what type of performance I got, what my wife thought of it. And if you guys haven't seen my weekly wears videos, that's the fragrances sitting behind me right now. That was last week's rotation where I talk about each fragrance, what I wore every day that week. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. I drop those videos every single Monday and I will drop that video here. Would love to know what you guys think of Montale's Ristretto Intense Cafe. Is this one that you've tried, one that you want to try? How do you think I did in my assessment of it? Drop it in the comment section down below. But if you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.